was talking about earlier, Pyro Jr. could be an epic winner because Warpin will come in here and just take out this, but right now Jimpo is coming in here to defend his base and just notices this, notices it just in time, and more zealots being warped in, and I think these zealots can actually do some damage, but the marines with the stim are just too much indeed. And oh, the marauder falls into pieces, and there you can see his guts just exploded and spewed out in his rib cage, and then he magically disappears. And now we have more units, and there is a nice storm, very nice indeed. And we have the large army coming in here. This could be a great time for DuckloadRa to maneuver against the main base, and we have Vision and the Pylon. Pylo Jr. dies. No, yeah, boo. Pylo Jr. died. So what? Big deal. We still have one lonely High Templar with no energy up here, and meanwhile, WhiteRa's army is caught out of position. That would have been a great opportunity to attack the main, but he didn't take it. Let's look at the unit loss tab and see what. Oh my god, 10,000, but he actually managed to gain a lot back, only in 600 resources deficit right now. So it's anybody's game. And there is that Archon, and there is an Archon up here just damaging these SCVs, I think, and he could actually attack this building. I don't know if he isn't or is. Strange. He's just sitting here. Anyway, at least he gets a vision, and there is another drop inside the base. I suppose what he could do is completely target, not necessarily this building, the tech building, okay, but then again, right now, destroying this, the engineering bay could be huge because the infantry level weapons don't finish, and taking out the other one as well. I think, no, will it finish? No, I don't think that this one will actually finish. Is there a doom drop in here? No, it does not. Will this actually finish? SCV is being pulled off the line, and yes, the upgrade will finish, but very nice play indeed, sacrificing 4 zealots and stopping that +1 damage on the marines and marauders who already are on 2 defense. Meanwhile, we do have this one, and there is a storm on the SCVs, but sadly only enough energy for a storm and SCV attack. No, let's get back to harvesting. Meanwhile, there's also a drop here for Jimpo. Action all across the map. This is a great game indeed. And there is a couple. Oh, very nice. Just the army was caught out of position and feedback on the medevac, and takes completely out, not doing that much damage. And as you can see, WhiteRa is now only at 400 resources deficit, so he's just gaining back the game inch by inch. However, right now, Jimpo is going for his 3rd expansion. His main is completely mined out, but he could still harvest some minerals, and we have a lot of idle SCVs here. His 1st expansion is almost, and let's get into this fight, and then we have a nice fight. Nice choke point for the Terran. Those zealots cannot charge in there, so he can just back out and shoot, but there come the storms, and storms just take out the army and feedbacking all the human transport, and that last medevac dies from the storm as well. We have Vikings. Why do we have Vikings? Oh, is that what I think it is? Oh my god, is that what I think it is? That is the Dark Shrine. You can actually see Zerathul's face right here. See, that's Zerathul's face. Right there, and right there. Wow. So we might see Dark Templar. Are there Dark Templar on the map? I do not think so. Are there? No. Oh, there is one Dark Templar. God, I don't know where that one Dark Templar is. I wish I knew. And we have was something died there, a marine I suppose, and now WhiteRa is also expanding. He's gotten the gold and he's expanding here as well. Jimpo is expanding here, gonna try and take the high yield, his high yield as well. Meanwhile, overly saturating this, completely saturating this. His expansion is almost mined out, and there is very nice map awareness by Jimpo, scanning, just completely spotting that Dark Templar out of nowhere, and another Dark Templar being spotted, and using scan and just taking out the Dark Templar. Dark Templar are so fragile, but they do so much damage, and there is another Dark Templar, and nice EMP to get the vision, and boom, dead. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, EMP grants you vision against invisible units. Thing to remember. Meanwhile, we have WhiteRa actually pushing inside the main, gonna take out this expansion. Not that big of a deal when it comes to resources, this is completely mined out, but losing an orbital command means you losing a mule and losing some food. So now we're gonna try and get this a few SCVs out of here, and now WhiteRa is caught in a slight pinch between Jimpo's production buildings and his main army. However, he's taking out a lot of units here, but he's being taken out himself. An EMP there taking out all the shields, and everything is going to completely die. So basically the unit's lost tab is 20,000 resources. Jesus of Nazareth. Yes, him, Christ, the guy who was technically born a couple of days ago, a week ago or something. Yeah, despite the fact that his birth is in the summer or someone... I don't care. Let's not turn this into a religious fight. And there's a pylon. Oh, no. Very nice drop. And where are these zealots going? The zealots are going to try and do some economical damage here. Very nice indeed. Very smart play. Not taking out this, who is just not doing anything. And now the zealots are actually running into the marauders. Not the best idea, but the marauders are not being controlled. So the marauders actually lose the zealots. If these would have been microed or stimmed or something, they could actually do some damage, and now the zealots are free to do some really big economical damage. If we look at the income, Jimpo is in the behind, his harvester count is in the dirt, so to speak. And meanwhile, we also had a big attack here. The high yield was taken out. The expansion is the army is moving here to drop here and take out a lot of probes. 2 archons and a lot of zealots are coming in here, and they just lift up and move out of there. But they need to run away, because if these things get feedback, they don't have that much energy. But if they would have gotten feedback, and now using the high ground vision to assault the base. Very nice indeed. Immediately taking back his high yield, because despite that these nodes don't have that much resources, it's a high yield, so it's a lot. Meanwhile, 2 expansions being denied for our Terran player, so he's wisely moving to the unreachable so far by the Protoss. I don't know if this is necessarily the best plan, because the Protoss has been using drops. And let's get up here and let's see. Very nice, completely using his even Vikings getting in on some damage, getting some damage on the ground units. What I wanted to say, this is not the best position, because at the moment Jimpo doesn't have that much things which he could defend up here, and there is another storm. As I said, a nice storm on the SCVs dying. Jimpo, and whoa, snipe shot. And this thing will try to get away, and will easily get away, sadly. And that means that this little warp prism will just continue to do some damage. Maybe pick up the Archon and drop it here. That would be disastrous, because as you can see, the income right now for Jimpo is in the dirt. 24 to 65 harvester, 1,600 per second income, only double the income for DuckloadRa. If we look at the production tab, Jimpo is actually producing while WhiteRa is not. WhiteRa is not maxed out. He should try to actually get more units. If we look at the units lost tab, now Jimpo is actually behind by 3,000, almost 3,000 units. We have a couple of Dark Templar here. This Dark Templar actually taking out the Ghost Academy, which is kind of sad. Another Dark Templar here trying to food block, which actually could happen. If 2 more of these drop, it's gonna be food blockade, and that's it. Jimpo is food blocked at the moment. He is supply blocked. He can't pump out any more units. His main base is taking a lot of toll. Using a scan, taking out 1 Dark Templar, but this Dark Templar is continuously doing some damage. And it's still staying here, and it's still doing damage to those, and if he loses more of these, he's gonna be supply blocked in the worst way. As you can see, 97 over 78. Jimpo is in a bad position right now. DuckloadRa in a commanding lead. I just can't have enough praise for this man to come back after back from a very, very bad beginning where he was pushed inside his base, using drops, using map awareness. Finally, I think that the Dark Templar died, but he did take out a couple of more of these, and as you can see, 91 over 62, and losing everything. He's only on his high yield, only on his expansion here, building up, trying to set up a couple of defenses. I would set up a couple of missile turrets, my friend. Missile turrets will defend this base quite effectively if there's enough of them, but also that would mean resource loss. Now he actually needs to use the few workers he has. He has only 20 workers. He needs to build supply depots, and there is another. As you can see, another, oh, nice EMP, but sadly the SCV died. Another Dark Templar doing damage, and there's another Dark Templar here doing damage. Just these Dark Templars are used with one Dark Templar can be used so efficiently. As you can see, this guy just took out a production building, and this guy is stuck, can't produce 2 Marines, and now gonna try and take out the starport. And as you can see, Jimpo only has 1 starport, so if this thing falls, no more Vedevacs. He's finally no longer supply blocked, but 16 harvesters over 65. The mules do the difference. As you can see, the income is slightly very close in minerals. However, gas, ooh, sadly It means the poor Jimpo is stuck on completely no gas, and here come the Marines trying to take out, and one Marine completely gets sliced in half. And as I said, no more starport. Jimpo is being dominated. He has these troops here, but sadly a couple of photon cannons are gonna keep these guys at bay. So Jimpo has been pushed into a corner despite pushing into DuckloadRa face at the beginning. DuckloadRa said, no, you stop at my door. I'm gonna slowly push out, make this game at my pace, win this game at my pace, and I sadly don't believe that there's any way Jimpo can win, come back from this. And there's another one of those Dark Templars, and there we go, EMPing and taking out the Dark Templars. Are there any more Dark Templars on the map? No, sadly they are not. There are 6 ghosts, and if we look at the army sizes, we have 97 supply over 156. DuckloadRa can completely come in and tear Jimpo apart. Just taking out these few stray units. There are 2 lonely marauders with 25 and 30 HP who are not gonna get dropped, and there is another drop, and there are a couple of more zealots gonna take out these production buildings. The Dark Templar immediately taking out the tech buildings. A couple of Marines trying to take out the zealots. Another one of those supply depot falls, but now actually Jimpo has less units than he has supply, and here this is just sad. And there is another tech building lost, another reactor lost. This every single hit, every single one of those Dark Templar, just one Dark Templar and 4 zealots do so much damage. This is a massive army. These are the last 2 medevacs on the map because there is no longer a starport. There is a nuke here, and there is a nuke on the way, and there is a supply depot, more supply depots, but sadly this is a undefended island. If DuckloadRa gets aware of this, he can just move in and take it out. And right now DuckloadRa is probably just saying, I'm gonna go get a soda. Nothing's happening. Look, his entire army is gathered around the Xel'Naga Tower, worshipping it. Yeah, the creators. Why the hell did you create the Zerg as well? And there is another drop of 4 Dark Templars, and the Dark Templars are just gonna go after the reactor. These 2 are gonna go after the tech lab, and another supply depot falls, and supply blocked again. And 2 more tech buildings fall, and there are 4 Dark Templars here, and they could take out another, and 2 medevacs coming here, but they can't do anything. Now going for the factory, going for the production. Jimpo is backed into a corner. He should just call the GG. There's nothing he can do at this moment, just absolutely nothing. The Observer has discovered this base. Suppose at one point the drop that has done so much damage to the main is going to find its way here. The main army is just doing nothing. If we look at the food count, WhiteRa is just plowing more worshippers to the Xel'Naga Tower. Hey, for hire. While Jimpo is backed into this corner, only on 2 base. The high yield is almost mined out. There's only 1 node that looks fairly healthy. Finally, we have a second starport bringing in some medevacs and trying to secure an expansion, but there is a Dark Templar here to check around. The Observer is still here just saying, haha, I know where you're getting your income from, and it's only 1 place, why I'll get it from 2 places. Completely mined out expansion, completely mined out main base, completely mined out high yield, while the natural well still has a couple of resources, but hey. Now, sadly, this Dark Templar just noticed the drop, and now we have this massive army, even a Colossus in there for good measure. The EMP did right damage, and there is the swarm of zealots. The swarm of zealots. That's all I can say, and Jimpo just calls a GG. He knows that he can't do anything at this point. He had only 89 supply, and a few of them just died in a second, compared to what? 183. So WhiteRa, DuckloadRa, the artist formerly known as WhiteRa, just gave us an epic match to watch. Thank you, WhiteRa. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.